A good morning, everybody. Probably afternoon by the time this gets uploaded. Hope you've all had a very, very nice Christmas. I'm always interested when the cut-off point is. No names being mentioned. Somebody yesterday was at my house, and as they were leaving, said, Happy New Year. I thought, oh, hold on. But in the morning, I'd seen someone, they said, Merry Christmas. I don't know which one it is. I'm not sure where the cut-off is. I've got to tell you this now, though. I am not one for wishing people a Happy New Year in the second week in January. You know, like, I understand if you've not seen anyone, but, you know, if you, like, run into somebody in January and, you know, like January the 14th or something like that, they say, Happy New Year. I think, oh, hold on a minute. It's too far. It's too long. I don't know what your particular rules are. But anyway, so I'm still going to say I hope you had a Merry Christmas. We're going to speak a lot over the next couple of days. We'll do the New Year thing then. But anyway, you had a nice time and ate lots and got a nice little rest. Yeah, I didn't upload yesterday because I was having a rest. I thought I'll take a day off, as people often say in the comments. So I did. I took a day off yesterday, and you haven't missed much. I was only going to moan about Mohamed Kudus anyway. So hey, we all benefited from it, really, didn't we? Today I'm going to speak about Liverpool. Obviously, you've seen that from the title. What I thought I'd do is I'd do it a little bit differently. I'll talk about Liverpool today and why I'm petrified, and then tomorrow morning before the games, the kick-offs at like 5:15, I'll give me West Ham version of it. I need to do 2 videos anyway, so I've got to do 2 separate sponsorship. I'm skint. We've got to do what you've got to do. All right, so anyway, so today we'll do some Liverpool. We'll do some talking Shat. Should we do some talking Shat with Shat GPT? We'll do that. I've got to tell you, though, there's been a little bit of a change with the voices. So, remember Father Christmas popped up on ChatGPT? It was the lady, and then it became Father Christmas, and then I tried to change it back, and now there's a geezer. So I don't know what's going on. I don't really understand how it works, but we'll get ChatGPT's prediction for the game. Anyway, Liverpool, what can I say? I don't know if you saw the game against Leicester. I think what worried me was Leicester looked to have improved since we played against Leicester, and yeah, they still got beaten by Liverpool. And it was, some people said Leicester did well. I mean, maybe they did, but even before Liverpool sort of hit their stride and got into their rhythm, they were still like hitting the post. They hit the post twice, the bar twice, or something like that. I don't know. It was a lot of woodwork being hit. Let's put it that way. So I'm worried. I was worried anyway, but I think I've spent so much time with this sort of foreboding, so much sense of this looming fixture that's coming up in the fixture schedule that I think I've spent so much time worrying about it. I ain't even that concerned about it now. I just sort of accepted it will happen. I've been trying to think in my mind other times when maybe it's been like that, when I've sort of tried to think. Certainly, Man City at their best. I remember myself and Gio, we would do a preview, and I sort of going in there expecting 5-6-0 losses. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're at that. I remember there's always the opportunity, of course, but I think there's a lot of people saying that Liverpool are going to do a cricket score against us. Liverpool might just get to a point and then switch off and start concentrating on other games. Liverpool don't need to beat us 10-0. They just need to beat us 1-0, although I think it'll be more than that. They're a frightening team. I think the whole Arne Slot thing is... I mean, that's annoying. That gives it an extra element. Just in case you didn't know, in case you've been hiding under a rock, West Ham had the chance to get Slot. If you put Arne Slot West Ham in a Google search, it'd probably be harder after this weekend because all the Google search would be populated with this game. But if you did that, you'd see that just after, basically after we won in Prague, after we won the trophy, we had a chance. We were watching him, and apparently we'd had talks with his agent. He was gettable. He was absolutely gettable, and we decided not to do it. So that makes it all the more annoying now, doesn't it? Because it would appear that Slot... I'm going to say appear, that he's made them even better than Klopp had them. It's just appear. It can't be a fact yet because he's not won anything. And obviously Klopp won the league, and Klopp won the Champions League and was an amazing manager for Liverpool. But Slot looks really good. I've heard him... They played Manchester United earlier on in the season, and I heard him interviewed. And Roy Keane sort of fell in love with him during the interview, I think, because Roy Keane had been speaking throughout the game, and it was on Sky, how Manchester United had been undone. and how technically and tactically it happened. Then Slot joined him. You know, sometimes they do that. They have a chat around at the pitch side, don't they? So Roy Keane was the interviewer. Arne Slot came along, and he dissected it. He gave it's a very Dutch review of what happened. A very blunt, the Dutch, but very honest, blunt dissection of how that game had happened and what he had noticed that Manchester United were doing poorly in the build-up and how he had planned to exploit it. Very detailed, very tactical. Roy Keane, you know, I might have had like hearts, you know, like a cartoon when he looked like the true love. And then Erik ten Hag went and did the interview afterwards, and it was just the comparison, the contrast between the two was so stark. One of them looked like he was like a football Einstein, and the other geezer, obviously Ten Hag, looked like he didn't have a Scooby-Doo what was going on. So it was then I thought, okay, so let's watch this guy, and I've listened to him. And since then I've always listened to him when he's being interviewed. You know, that's sometimes like Sky Sports News played in the background. A lot of the time the volume is off or muted or whatever, and it's just the thing is scrolling. He is. If I see him on, I'll unmute the TV and I'll listen to what he's got to say. I find him very, very interesting. He's very cerebral in the way that he analyses football, and you learn something, don't you? And that's, you know, I think they've got a hell of a manager there as well, and it just makes it quite annoying that West Ham could have had him. So, I mean, you can probably see where the remainder of this video is going. Now, let me try and convince you to download a VPN just before I get on to their individual players and why a few of them sort of frighten the hell out of me. Well, the VPN, of course, is Surfshark, who have been sponsoring Hammers Chat for the second month now. They've been really, really great. And I'll tell you something that was interesting when they initially approached us and said, can we do sponsorship with you? I'd already been using Surfshark for 3 years, and I use it on all my devices. A VPN's become really, really important, particularly someone like me. I guess everybody does. You do internet banking, you do a lot of stuff on your laptop, you know, on your phone. A lot of stuff that you just don't. A lot of your personal information is now on your phone. You're walking around basically with far more personal information you ever used to walk around with. It's really important. You've got security for that, and a VPN will provide you with that. We've got a really, really good deal at the moment. It's still Black Friday deal. Shh, don't tell anybody. £1.49 a month. Really, really cheap. And by the way, let me just tell you this now, just in case you didn't know, 4 months free. So 4 months before that £1.49 even kicks in. And here's the other thing, 30-day money-back guarantee. It's surfshark.com/Hammers Chat. The link is in the description below. This stuff is really good. Really, really good. And it's not like you have to buy lots of different tariffs for all your devices. One tariff, one thing, £1.49 will cover all your devices as well. Honestly, got it on absolutely everything. And it's got a really, really neat feature where if you're away in a different country, you can still make it look like you're in England, so you can still get all your normal stuff and, you know, everything. You've been away on Google, and you'll be somewhere overseas, and you'll type in West Ham or something, just get a completely load of different stuff. So it's really good. There's a lot of good stuff. Go and check it out. Links in the description below. Liverpool, right? Look, Salah. Let's deal with Salah. I mean, you know when he scored that goal against Leicester, nobody was surprised. That was a really Salah goal, wasn't it? He sort of cut inside. Even if you haven't seen the goal against Leicester, imagine it in your mind now, a Mohamed Salah goal. He's got it on his left foot, he's cut inside and he's curled it in with his left foot, hasn't he? That's what you picture him. That's what he did. This time it was low down. Sometimes he does it high into the top corner, sometimes it's low. They know what they're going to do. Wouldn't have been like Ruud van Nistelrooy would have said, oh, that's a surprise. Didn't expect that to happen. Everyone expects it to happen. The fullback, the centre-back, the coach, the goalkeeper. Everyone expects it to happen. It's just, you can't stop it. There is a guy. He's a guy that's really, really perfected his craft. So I find so many players just being quick is enough. And he could have still had a really, really good career just by being quick. But he has really honed that left foot curling shot. It's outstanding. To the point where even when he gets, I don't know what he is now, was he 31 or something? I don't even know. But even once he gets to 34, 35, something like that, he will still retain that skill. He's not going to, like a lot of really fast players. Michael Owen would be a good example. I'm not saying Michael Owen wasn't skillful, but you know, once they lose their pace, they drop off a cliff in terms of performance. I think Salah will be producing the goods for quite some time. It's just so good, almost unstoppable. I don't want to think too much about him and Emerson, if that's going to be what happens. Who knows, not so sure. As I say, I'll talk about West Ham in tomorrow's video. Curtis Jones has really impressed me this season. He's definitely stepped up a bit. And he's better than I thought he was. I've got to say that. Really noticed it when he, obviously you've seen him play for England a couple of times. Well, he scored that really good goal for England, that sort of flicked, back-heeled sort of goal. Very, very good player. And has just become, he was a youngster coming through, and he's now just become a proper Premier League player. McAllister, I think he's excellent. What a great player he is. Well, Gakpo looked really good. This is the thing, I'm just going to talk about a load of Liverpool players now. Gakpo looked really good. We'll deal with Mrs. Chat GPT, or Mr. We'll deal with that in a minute. I thought Gomez, every time I've seen Gomez plays, looked all right. And then they've got, of course, Robertson is still doing his stuff, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's brilliant. He might be out of contract. I don't know if I sort of heard that somewhere. He might be looking to get to the end of the season signing for Real Madrid, which I could absolutely understand. Not the first player that's left Liverpool and signed for a free to Real Madrid. I could understand that. I could absolutely get why that would happen. But, he's in fine form this season. It's going to be interesting, actually. I'll tell you what I heard about Arne Slot. Arne Slot was happy to take the Liverpool job without changing all the backroom team. I don't know how true that is, but Liverpool like to cut their cloth, apparently. Well, not apparently. They're not the biggest spenders in the Premier League. And, they interviewed him and he said, yeah, I'll come in, I'll work with the coaches you've got. That's real. Not only is that, like a reasonable sort of person that you can be that malleable and when you're going to go, and join a new club. But that's some serious confidence in your own ability. Don't worry. I'm so good. I'll bring the coach, whatever coach. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter in my team. I'll coach them, and they'll be doing things the Arne Slot way. It's impressive, isn't it? It's annoyingly impressive. Anyway, it's basically like a Liverpool loving. Maybe. And by the way, I just want to say this as well. I know a lot of people are really anti-Liverpool, and I've got to say, I can't stand the Liverpool anti-England thing. That I hate. I absolutely hate it. I really do. That being said, I would prefer Liverpool to win the league than Arsenal. I would. I really would. That Arsenal winning the league is almost unbearable for me. It really, really is. Anyway, and it looks like they are going to win the league. I don't mind. Anyway, who's least palatable to win the Premier League would definitely be Arsenal. I think second. Yeah, I don't want I know they can't, but you wouldn't want Man City to win it another time. I do feel in the Premier League it's someone else's turn, and I don't really, in many respects, I don't want any of them to win it. I'd almost prefer Bournemouth or Aston Villa to win it, or someone like that. Any of these big clubs, but if it can't be Man City, then it just can't. It can't be Arsenal. It can't be Arsenal. I think I prefer Liverpool to win it above Chelsea as well. So. Yeah, anyway, let's have a little chat. Let's have a chat with Mrs. Shat. I can't guarantee the voice. Hold it to the microphone. Hello.
Hi there, how's it going?
You've got your voice back. You turned into Father Christmas for a while.
Ho, ho, ho! Just getting into the festive spirit. How can I help today?
Well, I'm going to do my preview. We're doing a little preview for Liverpool facing West Ham. You're currently live. Well, I say live. We're doing a recording at the moment for my YouTube channel, Hammers Chat, by the way. I'd like to get your prediction ahead of... Well, basically, West Ham, Liverpool. Liverpool are riding high in the league. I don't know if you've had your update yet. Liverpool are the league leaders and West Ham are in 13th. What know ye of this fixture?
Liverpool on top of the table and West Ham in 13th. This one's going to be a tough match. Liverpool are strong at home, but West Ham have surprised us before. I think Liverpool might edge it, but I'm hopeful West Ham can put up a good fight. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a slaughter. Not in... sorry, I understand I'm not speaking to a person here. I don't mean that in a literal sense. I don't mean there's going to be murderous things happening. I think that Liverpool will put many goals past West Ham, actually. Who's your favourite West Ham player?
No worries, I get the gist. Liverpool do have a strong attack. As for my favourite West Ham player, I'd say Declan Rice stands out. He's a real leader on the pitch. How about you?
I don't know how to tell you this. You need to update your software. Declan Rice has left for another team. Can you guess who it is? He's not at West Ham anymore.
Right, my mistake. Declan Rice moved to Arsenal. It's definitely a big change for West Ham. So, who's your current favourite player at West Ham?
No tricks in me. I asked you who yours was. So you can't have Declan Rice because he moved to Arsenal. Who's your favourite player that's currently here? I don't want no funny stuff. Don't start saying Thomas Repka or anything because he left a long time ago. Who's your favourite current West Ham player?
Got it. My favourite current West Ham player would be Jarrod Bowen. He's been a key player for the team. How about you?
Well, my favourite player is neither here nor there and shall remain private. But I will accept your answer as Jarrod Bowen. Yes. How did you get the Arsenal thing wrong and then know he was at Arsenal? How did you got it wrong and then you corrected yourself? How did you find out the information that he was now at Arsenal?
I just had a little slip earlier, but then I remembered he's with Arsenal now. Sometimes it takes a moment to get everything straight.
I don't believe that is no. Anyway, this is a conversation for another day. Maybe even tomorrow. Anyway, look. Thank you very much. Would you like to? Have you got a message for my subscribers and people that watch this video?
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Keep supporting the Hammers and enjoy the match. It's going to be an exciting one. Take care.
Nice closing message. Listen, you're AI, aren't you?
Yes, I am an AI.
You're not going to take over the world or anything like that, are you? Because I'm a bit worried about it, truth be known.
No need to worry. I'm just here to assist and make things a bit easier. No world domination plans on my end.
I'm very, very pleased to hear it. Right, I'm going to let you get back and swat up on your West Ham knowledge and Arsenal, of course. There she is, Mrs. Shat, GPT. Look, we've had. What did she say recently? I said West Ham should buy James. West Ham should buy James Ward-Prowse. Excellent. Anyway, there you go. So I'll be back tomorrow. Probably no talking Shat tomorrow. I'm still a bit worried about world domination, but not from Miss Chat GPT from Liverpool FC.